Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Bros. 3. In the last episode, we had finished all of World 4 and the first part of the Cloud World. In this episode, we are going to be finishing the sky. That's what it's called, actually. I don't know why I call it Cloud World. I mean, I guess it doesn't make a difference, but, you know. So these things are back, and they're better than ever, but some of them are teetering like that, so you just gotta figure out which one is which. This level also does have a fair bit of lag, I feel like, so also be on the lookout for that. But yeah. It's not too hard, though. Just watch out for this Lakitu at the end. You can try to, like, goad him into having more spawns, so that way you get more points, but it's not a huge deal, because, you know, they're just points. And then this level... Oh, shootles. Did not mean to lose my tail. Oh, can I get it back? Oh, no. I don't know if I explained this yet, but this game doesn't follow the new Super Mario Bros. Logic, and so basically... if you lose your like third power, then you go back to or no, if you go down to Small Mario, then you lose like each item becomes, oh shoot, thank goodness. Oh, I could have had a tail. But yeah, no. Okay, what am I trying to say? If you lose your power up, you guys get what I mean. If there's a leaf or a fireflower present on screen, but you're Small Mario, you just get to be Big Mario. You don't get the leaf, so it's a little bit annoying, but that's just how it works. I'm just over here freaking out. I'm a little nervous because I had dental work done recently, and so I'm like trying to make sure I don't do anything to like hurt the area. It's still like kind of sore, and I just don't want it to get like, you know, bad that I have to go back for that reason. But yeah. So if you notice, I'm just kind of being a little bit careful about talking, and you know, it's giving me anxiety, honestly, just trying to not think about things going wrong. My family thinks I'm crazy, but it's like, I would not want to be in such an unimaginable pain. It kind of sucks too, because when I was like little, my mom and dad didn't really want us going to the dentist. They just were under the impression that if we, you know, just always brushed our teeth, then everything would be fine. And it's embarrassing to say that, because it's like, that's kind of, you know, disgusting looking back, like not ever going to the dentist as a kid, I feel like. Because it's like, you're a kid, like you're not always going to brush your teeth. I tried to, and I'll be honest, it didn't always happen. And it just kind of, it's a little embarrassing to me, but it's just, you know, it's how my childhood was, just like my parents being fear-mongered into believing something. Like they heard something about laughing gas being used on a child and they never woke up from it or whatever. So I don't really know, honestly, what it was, but I keep thinking about that because it's like, I would rather just have gone to the dentist as a kid instead of having to be the adult with like tooth problems, you know? But I mean, I can't fully blame it on that either, because, you know, I love my parents. It's just like, the main thing is like, you know, I also should have taken better care of myself and gone earlier in my adulthood. And then on top of that, it's just like genetics too. Like, it's not necessarily like this wouldn't have happened if I had gone, you know. Maybe it could have been better prevented, but I don't know. So I'm just trying to make sure I take good care of myself now. You know, it's always good to at least start sometime. I'm definitely not at the point where I need dentures. I remember my dad had dentures, and that always kind of freaked me out. But yeah. I'll be okay though. I'm always like really worried about like every little thing, and the reality is you know, it doesn't actually matter too much. So I just found out that these guys don't die to fireballs, which is kind of crazy. Because I always thought they did. But I guess I'm wrong. Now I'll never get to... Oh, shoot. That's a lot of jumping. We got these bullet bills too. Okay. Oh. There we go. I like how Mario looks when he's like little and he's all running and jumping. Because it looks like he's trying to like do a little dive. He's just a tiny little sea otter. Mr. Sea Otter. Alright, we are dangerously close to filling up our last slot, so I'm gonna use a mushroom, and then I'm gonna do one better and use a star on this castle. Oh, I picked the wrong castle for that, because there's not a lot of platforms here. And then now I'm gonna get myself to... Yep, I knew it. I knew I was gonna... Oh, yeah, okay. Alrighty then. I knew that would happen. Could always use a P-Wing, but... Oh no, I have 3 of them, so I guess I could. Let's use a Fire Flower. Even though that doesn't really do much. I guess I should have used Leaf instead. But Leafs might be more valuable. Here, let's go up here this time, just so I don't have to deal with the fire down below. Did not mean to make a reference, but I did. See, I'm a Woodawitcha girl. Alright, let's see. We get a leaf. Everybody gets exactly what they want. No one's even gonna get that reference, because it's like referencing an old infomercial for like a... I don't even remember what it was. It's like a little mini oven thing. But yeah. Alrighty. I feel like I haven't had anyone comment on my videos yet. Because it's still too early. But I do feel like people are going to be potentially saying something about me not cutting out my deaths. And I don't know. Unless it's like taking a long time, I'm probably not going to cut them out. Just because like I'm doing this live. If it gets annoying, like yeah, I could see cutting it out. But I don't know. I just feel like it doesn't matter to this kind of game. Obviously, if I was like grinding for like levels in an RPG or something, I would cut that or speed it up or something, or maybe just put a little screen that says, "Oh, I level grinded here, so my levels are different." But I don't know. I really don't have a reason to cut anything out in this game. I mean, I guess that's probably something I could cut out, but it's fine. Just don't think about it, silly. Silly Billy. Billy Silly. Silly Billy. I can't believe it. Why am I up this late? I have a job interview tomorrow, so I'm hoping that goes well. I swear the job market's been terrible these past few months. Like, I'm like, you know, I'm not someone who like doesn't have experience. Like I have 8 years of experience, and it's like I haven't been able to find anything. I'm just lucky I had enough money from like leaving my last job, you know, just in order to keep myself afloat. But I don't know. I'm getting a little antsy now. This level will make me antsy for sure, because it's a bunch of moving platforms, an auto-scroller, and there's even amps in this level too. Those little enemies that spit fire at you. And it's like when one dies, then the next one shows up, so... It's really not ideal to even kill them, because you're just going to be jumping around everywhere. Okay, we'll kill that one, but then of course the other one spawns, like I said. This level's evil. Evil, I tell ya. At the very least, they don't want you to jump in from a moving platform to that pipe. So there we go. We did it. And we did it. And we did it. And now we want you to do it. I don't know what's wrong with me. Let's do this little game, though. So we're about to finish World 5, and we're only like 11 minutes in. 10-4 to Thea. I used to be so precise about stuff like that. I feel like now that I'm older, I'm not like as precise with things. I don't know if that's just me masking or not, as the kids call it, but I don't know. I've literally had 2 of my exes say that they believe I'm autistic, and I don't know. I can kind of see it from some of my behaviors, but I feel like it's not fair for me to say that, or like claim that, you know, if I haven't actually had an official diagnosis. And to be honest, I don't really want to get an official diagnosis, even if I am, because I just feel like that will just make it harder for me to be taken seriously at the doctor if it's like on my medical record that I'm, you know, autistic or whatever. I really don't know how it works. Maybe I'm like being a little bit too weary about that, but you know, I don't know. Anything I want is valid, really. Like, let's put it that way. If I don't want to get a diagnosis for something that's not going to kill me, then that's fine. It's not some missing piece in my life that I need, you know, fulfilled. It's like, it's not going to change my life that much if I have it or not, because if I do have it, I'm still functioning fairly well in society, and if I don't have it, then it's like, well, I guess I just have some little quirks, you know? But being quirky is not the same thing. So, yeah. I totally just rambled through that boss fight and literally took it out like a champ, so just gonna flip my hair back and, you know, smile a little bit. Dang, this guy's got some big beard boobs. What's he doing with those? They're saggy, too. It's just a long beard, but it looks weird on the NES. Alrighty. Be careful in the ice world. The creatures trapped in the ice will come to life if warmed. I have enclosed a jewel that protects you. Princess Toadstool. Frog shit. Princess Frog shit. I can't believe myself. I hate me. Can we start a petition to ban me? Ban Thea. Hashtag ban Thea. Hashtag stop Thea 2012. It's not 2012, what am I saying? Feels like it for me doing all these Let's Play videos. Like, that's the fun part about this, is like, this is what I used to do when I was literally just like a baby. Like, I had no business being on the internet back then. And I deleted all those videos, so I don't know, I wouldn't be upset if they came crawling up, but I don't think anyone cares enough about me to, you know, pull those out. There's probably nothing bad in them. I was just a kid, really. But, you know, it's just kind of embarrassing, because it's like, you know, you do things when you're younger to look cool to the older people, and you don't really look that way. You're just, you know, you're just someone that's younger trying to do stuff that they're doing. I should probably get serious about this level, because I'm definitely not good at the ice world. This is usually the part of the game where I decide, oh, I'm gonna start skipping levels. But we have yet to see if this will be 100% or not. Or if not 100%, it would be like every level at least, but I don't know. You really just want to have the ice, or not the ice flower, the fire flower. You want to have the fire flower for this level, like pretty much all the levels here. So I'm gonna skip this matching game since we don't really need to do those anymore. We have a lot of things, and I don't want to like lock out any good items. Because let's be real, I am probably going to skip some levels, and it might be this world, it might be World 8. So those 2 levels in World 8 that you could skip with the cloud, those are really hard. I actually did that during my practice run, which doesn't make any sense. I should have practiced it, but, you know, maybe I'll just not do it then. I don't know. World 8's got enough content in it with, like, all the airships and stuff. This is a level where it's like an auto-scroller, so you're kind of going to want it to be like a raccoon tail level. But also you have all this ice everywhere, so gotta watch out for that. I always like the stripes though, and one of my favorite things that just tickles my brain in the right way is how whenever there's coins on this background, you always have like a background behind the coins. Does that make sense? Like, you've seen it already. Like, the coins have like a blank square or a blue square behind them, and so I just think that looks cool, like that right there. Isn't that awesome? Just makes me want to collect them and fix the pattern, you know. This is like Super Mario Stationery Maker or something. Yeah. That level's not too hard, honestly. I would just say bring a raccoon suit, so that way you can, you know, kind of hover over things a bit more. You know, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Kavish. Now we're going in the mushroom house. Pick a box. Its contents will help you on your way. I used to love singing that. When I was in like the 4th grade, I'd be playing this game. It's funny, everyone always talks about LARPing now on the internet, which I didn't even know what it was until very recently. And I just keep on seeing people call people like, it's like the new term for fake fan, I guess. But it's not even that, it's like role-playing, like, something that's not conventional to, like, normal roleplay, I guess. And so, oh, shoot. Dang it. But yeah, it's like role-playing something that's not conventional, like, for example, pretending you're like a kid in the 80s playing the Nintendo and pretending it's the only thing that exists. And the funny thing is, I didn't really try to pretend that I was in the 80s or anything when I was a kid, but I used to pretend that the NES was like my only system sometimes, even though I damn well knew I had a GameCube. Because I don't know, it was just really fun. Just like, yeah, I'm gonna go home from school today, and instead of playing my Nintendo GameCube, the newest system I had at the time, the best games, you know. I love the GameCube, it's probably my favorite, but because this was my dad's favorite console and this was his console that we were still playing during my childhood, it's like I always wanted to play the NES, and I just feel like... Okay, sorry, I gotta lock in for that. But yeah, I just feel like the thing that would always like make me want to do that is because my dad really liked the NES, and so I would just like pretend it was the only thing. I'd get out of school and I'd be playing these retro games instead of, you know, GameCube. And now I'm old and GameCube's a retro game now, so it's kind of sad. I'm just all old and stuff. And I have dental problems. I got problems with my dental health and my mental health. Oh, I lost my Thea. But yeah, no, I don't know. Honestly though, they said at the dentist, like I won't go too much into it, but they did say that I'm like not that bad, like, and I can believe it, because I still brush my teeth like so much. Because I just was so paranoid, you know? The only times I've ever forgotten to brush my teeth and I felt like a total loser is if I was just on such a huge, like, you know, night out or whatever, and I just go back home to my bed and just literally face plant into it and just fall asleep. And I used to do that. I used to party a lot more, and, you know, now I'm not even, like, I'm not that old yet. I always joke about it because everyone thinks I'm older than I actually am. Like, I always get that I'm in like my mid-30s or whatever for some reason, but I'm not. I'm in my mid-20s. But honestly though, like I think I'm done with that life for now. Like, it's just, it got to be too crazy, and I just would rather have my own responsibilities that don't involve, you know, just being a partier. This level's really laggy. Just a heads up if you're playing along. I don't know who's gonna be playing along with this. I kind of like to do that sometimes, though, now that I have a lot more time being unemployed and all, because I just feel like, you know, if I'm playing a game, like I've been playing Pokemon, I like to watch someone else play it too at the same time, which is probably the most TISM thing I have going for me, but I don't know. I also really like to make lists, actually. That's probably the most TISM thing I have. That's why people think I have autism. So, I don't know. But again, I don't need to know. It's not something that's like burning in me, you know? I'm probably just gonna be fine knowing or not knowing. And the whole thing, too, is like, I feel like, I don't know, some people might say like, oh, well, don't you want to be like in tune with your community that you're in? And it's like, I don't know, I don't really feel like I have communities whenever, oh, motherfucker. I already got it. Fuck me. Fuck me. So annoying. Okay, oh, I hate how much this is lagging right now. So, I don't know, what was I trying to say, though? I was saying something cool. I forgot. But, oh yeah. So, I just feel like, so I'm trans, and I don't really talk about it that much, because, to be honest with you, it's not as big of a deal in my life as it used to be when I first came out. Like, when I first came out, I had people that just dropped me off the face of the earth to them, you know, like I was dead to them, and here's the reality is I just got over it. Like, I don't care if someone doesn't agree with who I am. That's not really their decision. And if they have such a hard time accepting who I am, then they don't get to be in my life, and that's that. Obviously, there's some examples of that where it's, like, easier said than done, you know? Like, there's people that you lose in life that you don't want to lose, and then when you do lose them, it just sucks, but... Okay, I'm gonna use the rewind, because I'm getting pissed off at this. Okay, don't fucking throw things at me, you little bitch. But anyway, what I was trying to say, I'm trying to be deep, and I'm also having to play the game, so... But yeah, no, it's like there's people in your life that you don't want to lose, obviously. Like, I know it's not as easy as saying, like, oh, fuck you, I don't like you anymore because you don't like me. Like, obviously there's pain there, but it's like, at the end of the day, I have people that do support me, and so that's all that really matters. Now, when people tell me, like, oh, Thea, you should join, like, a trans support group or something, or you should try to join, like, a Discord for trans women or whatever, it's just like, I don't know, I've tried it, and I don't know what it is, but other trans women either just don't like me, or we just don't have the same interests, and so we don't, like, fully click. Like, they're nice and everything to me, and some of them don't like me, I don't know what that's about, but it's just like, I just feel like whenever I have tried, it's just like, it doesn't always click for either of us, and so it's like, why try to force a friendship just because we're both trans, you know? Because at the end of the day, we're also just people. But I don't know. I've seen people, like, really get along with each other because of that fact, and I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just don't have that in me. It's just more like, you know, if I'll, like, know some trans people, and a lot of the time, I have to just know them from something else. It can't just be like, oh, you're trans, so, you know, we're friends now. But it's like, okay, I'm getting annoyed with all these deaths, so we're just gonna rewind a little. Why not? It's like the Blockbuster. Be kind, rewind. You know. But yeah, no, I don't know. What I was trying to say though is like, I know people that are trans like me, and it's just like, I didn't meet them because we joined a support group for that. or, you know, stuff like that. It's just more, I met them because we were in a class together, and, you know, other things like, oh, you play video games, so do I. Like, you know, it's like shared interest, and I just feel like every time I've tried to join a group like that, it kind of gets a little depressing because everyone's just talking about the same, like, oppression that we're all going through. But it's like if I talk to someone in a, you know, in a video game space or whatever, like maybe a comedy space that's also trans, then it's like we're talking about other things. And I'm not saying that it's like bad to talk about, you know, trans people being oppressed. It's good to talk about that, but it's not something I want to go up to all my friends and be like, yep, like, you know, we're being oppressed. Like, I just feel like it's not something that I always want to hear every time I open up, like, Discord or, like, you know, go see them. Sorry, I'm just trying to get through this at this point. I don't really like this level. World 6 is, like, you know, it's not my least favorite level, but it's kind of the point of the game where I get a little tired. We're actually coming up on time also. So maybe what I'll do is I don't know if I want to squeeze in one more level, because we might hit 30 minutes. I feel like 24 minutes, 25 minutes is like a good metric for this kind of game. We'll just do this little matching game, or picture game, and we'll, you know, call it an episode. But yeah, I don't know, I don't mean to be so disorganized with what I'm saying. I hope it makes sense. I'm not, like, trying to say that I can't be friends with, like, other trans people, you know? I just think that, like, when I try to meet them in the context of, like, oh, we're trans, it just doesn't always work out the way that people would expect. So, I don't know. But anyway, after all that, I think it's time to end the episode. So next time on Super Mario Bros. 3, we're going to be finishing World 6, and we're going to probably start World 7. So, I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope you all have an amazing night. Hope you're all getting some good rest, having a great day, and goodbye.